Why did you have to send out the tweets stirring everybody up? Why yesterday was even more evidence that Cooper Rush has to go and Dak Prescott has to return pronto?
What do you mean me stirring everybody up? Everybody stirs me up, Sean. Everybody's jumping in my mentions talking about, Cooper Rush, which, by the way, we got somebody on the fan text over the weekend gave us a nickname for Cooper Rush that I like and I want to run by you guys.
Okay.
Cooper?
The Ginger Avenger.
I don't know if I feel comfortable with that term.
Can we say ginger anymore?
We can. Alec Medford gave us the approval.
Oh, well,
that's right.
Okay. Well, Sean, can you approve us for saying things?
Yeah.
I can approve things, and we can all approve.
Yeah. Why don't we ask Cooper in the locker room if he's cool with it?
I'll ask him that. I bet he'll give us a thumbs up.
Last time we talked about someone, as the head coach in that manner, he wasn't too happy about it.
He wasn't at all. I don't know.
I mean, he wasn't too happy with us in general, it felt like. So, I mean, that's the way that goes. No, look, here's the thing. I think that Cooper Rush does enough. And I think that he's a great backup to have, and he's a steady hand, and he'll take what you give him. The Cowboys should have scored 40 points yesterday, like honestly. And they should have been able to take advantage of more stuff in the passing game. And this has been something that's gone on for a couple weeks. They should have taken advantage of more against the Giants. They should have taken advantage of more against the Bengals. It's something that, I heard Brian in the postgame last night say it, that it's great that Cooper Rush has won 3 games in a row. The games playing out the way they have, I think they win all 3 of these games with Dak too. It's not like Cooper Rush is doing anything special. And winning these football games where he's taking advantage of what he gets. He's throwing the ball to CeeDee Lamb and dropping it right in the bucket for him, but CeeDee's finding a soft spot in the coverage with nobody, within 8 yards of him. And so that's where you see that. There were 2 times yesterday where he should have been intercepted. He's still, and I know for everybody who's getting really excited about Cooper Rush, they get upset when I say this because they think he's super accurate right now. I mean, he's low 60% completion percentage. And he still is having trouble throwing the ball with accuracy outside the hashes in the short to intermediate area. So you talk about comebacks, out routes, things like that. He's having trouble hitting those. There's a lot of balls skipping at the feet there.
Why do you personally love Dak Prescott so much?
I mean,
I just enjoy good football players.
There's got to be a story. He must have bought you something or complimented you or giving you a great interview. What's the personal? Yeah. What's the attachment?
There's honestly zero attachment. I've been really high on him since he was at Mississippi State. And
so it's wanting to be right.
Yeah. Which I support because I'm the same way. And I discovered Dak.
It's not about wanting to be right. I know I'm right all the time, and so I don't need validation.
It's not a want. It's not a want.
I got a homework. I got a homework assignment for either one of you guys.
I mean, I love homework.
I don't want to do it. It's way too much work. But I would like to compare Dak, and KMC, don't steal this. We need to compare Cooper's game-by-game run right now to the beginning of Dak's rookie one.
I did that last week.
Oh, okay.
On my own.
Exactly. So maybe we can do that tomorrow. But look.
I can tell you it's not the same. I'm telling you right now it's not the same. You're talking about a guy, Dak Prescott
what percentage of people – go ahead. Sorry. Talk about the differences in your mind, and then we'll continue.
No, I mean, I think just if you're comparing statistically, it's not going to look the same. Dak was completing passes at a really high percentage. He went – it was something like the first 11 games, he was right at the top of the league in terms of passer rating. He was like 16 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. It's not even the same. Now, look, Dak was getting a lot of simplified reads at the time, and that's one of the things I think people aren't seeing right now with Cooper Rush. They've eliminated a lot of the option routes in the offense. There's less to read. Defenses are trying to take away the run game. You saw that's what Washington tried to do. Giants, Tampa openly talked about that, and everybody's done that since. That was obviously with Dak with Tampa, but Tampa started that this year, and everybody has mirrored it since, that they're just trying to take away the run game.
Which, by the way,
getting some easier looks.
Yeah, which, by the way, that is the one thing I think that we are missing. And I agree with you on the Dak versus Cooper thing. However, Cooper has not been helped out at all by the running game. Is, but they've also been playing it. It has been that was a joke. That what they tried to do yesterday, running the football.
That's the thing. Cooper hasn't been helped out by the running game, but that's because teams are trying to take it away. Last year, at the end of last year, when all the struggles were going on with Dak, the running game wasn't helping Dak out, and teams weren't even trying to take it away. They were giving soft boxes and playing these, cover 2 shells and dropping 6-7 defenders back into coverage and taking things away. There's a lot of times that Cooper Rush is seeing single high safeties. He's not seeing generally cover 2 looks. And it's simplified stuff. Look, whenever
they helped out in the run game against the Giants.
Yeah, the running game was good against the Giants, and especially on first down. But, they got nothing from Pollard yesterday. That was clearly you could see that's what Washington wanted to take away, which makes sense. That seems like a Ron Rivera tactic. Let's take away the running game. And you're seeing, I think, simplified reads for Cooper Rush. He does not get through his progressions nearly as fast as Dak does. Whenever it's covered up initially, you see that's when things start to break down, and there's a little bit of panic and trying to maneuver the pocket. When he got tripped up by Jonathan Allen on the sack, that's because the first read got taken away. And so that's where Dak gives you, I think, better options, that he's going to be able to get through his progressions faster. He's a more talented passer, flat out. I know people don't like to hear that. Who are the Dak asses? Is that what you call them?
They're the haters.
Sean?
They're the haters.
They don't like to hear that. But he's got better arm talent. He's the leader of this football team, and yeah, I think with what we saw on defense yesterday from Washington, they score 40 with Dak. And against the Giants, they probably score into the 30s, and against Cincinnati, they probably score into the 30s. And so it's nice that they've won these games. You're winning these games in large part right now because of your defense and because Cooper Rush isn't making a bunch of mistakes. But you're going to need to score some points at some point.
Bobby Belt here on The Fan. Do you want to give any of this credit to the coaching staff?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Dan Quinn's awesome.
Here we go.
Which, I'm just kidding. They deserve a lot of credit, especially the offensive coaches.
Why does Mike McCarthy deserve credit?
Because he's been a steady hand in a time where the leader of that locker room is basically removed and isolated, and that's an easy time for the locker room to fall apart, and they didn't. And so he deserves credit for that. And he deserves credit for the way that he's managed the staff and the rest of the coaching staff. Kellen Moore, Joe Philbin, they deserve credit for, Kellen Moore deserves a ton of credit, I think, for something that we haven't talked a lot about. He has consistently put the offense in a position to succeed when he's not had the quarterback. He worked all of his magic to score 9 points with DiNucci. Honestly, that was incredibly impressive in 2020. Garrett Gilbert had a lot of success against Pittsburgh. We've seen Cooper Rush come in and have success. When they're missing personnel, Kellen Moore does a good job of putting the backup quarterback in a position to succeed. And I think people would like to see him do it more often with Dak. But I think that Joe Philbin deserves a lot of credit for what they've done. Jeff Blasco, too, the assistant offensive line coach, for what they've done to find some stability along the offensive line, a unit that really struggled in the second half of last year and had some struggles early on against Tampa Bay. But I think the offensive coaching staff, there's a lot of pressure on them, and those offensive coaches and Mike McCarthy are stepping up and doing a solid job right now.